Dumelang. Gentlemen, today actually we are taking a little bit of a break from the most stressful subjects such as university or GCC and so on and so on. We're gonna deal today with some grade 11 and grade 12 electricity. Some few students have requested to say, look man, we want to subscribe because we are not accommodated in this channel and so on. I said, no man, just mention what you want. So they requested, 3 of them have requested that at least I should treat electricity. So today we're gonna treat electricity, and we're gonna start with the most basics. The basic is a problem, but in that problem we're gonna mention some very important information. So please stay tuned, look this video until the end, listen exactly what I'm saying, practice that principle while solving such problems and so on. And then from there on you'll see everything is easy as long as you understand what you are doing. So please subscribe, send problems. It's been a while, guys. We are busy. The people we are working with here, Billing is one of them. They are very busy. She's a doctor. Sometimes she can't be available. I'm working shift where I'm working. Sometimes I'm not available. But we hope and pray that you apologize. But in the long run, we're gonna be constant and we're gonna provide videos as and when we told you that, hey, this week or next week surely there's gonna be a video and so on. Now let's deal with the most important stuff, solving engineering problems. I said it's a basic. It's not just a basic. It's not just a basic. Maybe I think I should go in brief as to why you should know electricity. In future, if as a grade 11 or grade 12 or N1 or N2 or N3 student, you're going to be an artisan or an engineering technician, whatever way of discipline you're going to take as you start choosing subject and so on at the university. And you will be requested maybe to wire a house. And before wiring, you have to take a serious planning. You must know and calculate the size of the wire you're gonna take, how much resistance does that wire have, possibly how much current can this wire. Actually, when I say a wire, I'm referring to a conductor. A conductor actually is a device that allows a flow of electrons to take part in an electrical conduction. By simply meaning it's a wire that allow current flow and so on. So please, this is not as easy as we say. As I say, hey, this is very easy. It's not just a basic as we claim and so on. I don't know whether everything is visible here, but it doesn't look, our visibility is not that right, but I hope and pray that the people behind the scene are the ones who say no, it's fine. Look, it says, now we are starting. Listen, 3 resistors with values 4 ohm, 6 ohm, and 2.75 ohm respectively are connected in series across a 24-volt supply. A 24-volt supply. There are conditions you must know. There are conditions you must know when you deal with a situation in series or when you deal with the branch, the parallel branch resistances and so on. In series, as current flow. In series, as current flow, that's principle number 1. There is a volt drop across each resistor. There is a volt drop across each resistor. That's number 1. Number 2, for series connection, the current flow across each resistor is the same. And we're gonna demonstrate with an example. They say 3 resistors in series. It's something like this. This resistors, say this is R1, R2, R3. You can even go as far as saying RA, RB, RC. As long as a marker or a person who's marking understand as to what you are referring to, why is that? Everything that you are writing should make sense. Everything that you are saying should make sense. So these are resistors in series and they are connected across what? A 24 volt supply. Let's say a battery. A 24 volt supply. And then it means here there is current flow, and this current, it is the total current supplied by this 24 volt battery or the 24 volt supply. Now this total current, as it passes here, we haven't calculated it, but it should be that this total current is the same as the current here. I1, the current there, I2, the current there, I3. Why? It's a total resistance and it passes through a series branch, a series connection. So this total resistance, the total current rather, is the same as the current passing through resistor 1, the current passing through resistor 2, the current passing through resistor 3. That's very, very, very important. Otherwise, you won't be able to attempt that problem. Now, you have drawn down. They said they are now asking you the following. Calculate the total resistance of the circuit. The total resistance of the circuit. Principle number 3. In a series circuit, you add the resistance. Very crucial. Otherwise you're gonna sit there like this in the exam not knowing what to do. You must first know those principles. So I've mentioned 3 important things to you. The total current passing through each resistor is the same as I1, I2, I3. The total current rather. That's number 1. 2, there's a voltage drop across each resistor in a series circuit. 3, in a series connection, you add the resistances in order to get the total current. Now you are familiar. These 3 principles that I've mentioned to you, I'm expecting them in the next problem to be a general knowledge to you. Now, let's calculate the total resistance. You are told that this one is how much? It's 4 ohm. This one is what? It's 6 ohm. This one is equal to what? 2,75 ohm. Therefore, in a series circuit, the total resistance, this is equal to what? You add, and it's equal to 4 plus 6 plus 2,75. And it's equal to what? It is equal to 12.75. 4 plus 6 is 10, 10 plus 2, 12.75 ohms. 4 plus 6 plus 2.75, 12.75 ohm. Now, this is 1 mark or 2 mark, but we are expecting you to know this. Remember, the reason why someone argued it further to say, look, you always start with difficult problems. Start with the easiest and explain the principle. We're expecting you to know this, but we're expecting you not to know this if you don't know this principle. That says in a series circuit, you add the resistance to get the total resistance. That's number 1. 2, it says what? The current through each resistor. The current there, the current there, the current there. Principle number 2. 1, you add the resistance to get the total resistance. 3, the total current passing through each resistor is the same. And it's true. Look, this current goes this way. It should be the same as the current there. It's passed there is the same. Now I'm telling you, I1 is equals to I2 is equals to I3. I1 is equals to I2 is equals to I3 is equals to the total current. And what is the total current? The total current is equals to the total voltage over the total resistance. Where does this come from? You remember that triangular circuit VIR. I said I've mentioned that I don't want disturbances today. I'm just working with Boma Pimpan and so on. So if you want voltage, let's say for instance in this one already, you need a total current. You close current. And what is now the current? You are left with V over R. You are left with V over R, and it's V over R. So the total current is equal to voltage over the total resistance. That's where this comes from. Very, very crucial. It makes it looks like I'm consuming someone's time, but it's very, very important. So it's equal to what? It's 24 over 12,75. And the total current is equal to what? 12 divided by 12.75. It's 1,882 amps. Let's work with 3 decimal place. Amps. Now you are done there, and you are asked to calculate what? The potential difference. The potential difference. What does that mean? The potential difference across each resistor. What does that mean? The voltage drop across each resistor. The voltage drop there. The voltage drop there. The voltage drop there. Across this resistor, we want what is the potential difference. V is equals to I1 multiplied by the resistance of the first resistor. But remember, this I1 is the same as the total current. I1 is equal to I2 is equal to I3 is equal to the total current. So this I1 is equal to what? Is equal to 1,882 multiplied by, you are given the resistance of 4 there. And it's equal to what? It's 1,882 multiplied by 4. And it's equal to what? 7,528 volts. This, my fellow scholars, not students, this is the voltage drop there, and it is equal to 7,528. Well, I hope I keep in to Zamazo, as into so Kalang Duka. Marumba Tumbaba Natarase, in Tozamazo. And then what? This is the voltage drop across the first resistor. Let's calculate the voltage drop across the second resistor. And it's equal to what? I2 multiplied by R2. This I2, everything is the same. It's 1,882 multiplied by the resistance of the second resistor, which is 6. And it's equal to what? It's 1,882 multiplied by 6. And it's equal to what? 11,292 volts. This 11,292 volts, it is the voltage drop there. And then what? V3, the voltage drop there on the second resistor, is equal to what? I3 multiplied by R3. But what is I3? I3 is the same as I1, I2, and I3. Why? Because in a series current, in a series circuit rather, the current is the same. That's why. That's why. And it's equal to what? 1,882 multiplied by 2,750 ohm. 1,882 multiplied by 2,750 ohm. And it's equal to what? 5,176 volts. That's the voltage drop across each resistor. How do I know that I'm right? To know that you are right, you must add them. After adding them, they must give you the total supply voltage. Otherwise, you are wrong. Let's prove. You are done. You are just proving whether you are right. V1 plus V2 plus V3 is equal to V total. This is equal to, let's say, 7,528 plus 11,292 plus 5,176 is equal to what? This together should give us what? 24. 7,528 plus 11,292 plus 5,176 is equal to what? Is equal to 23,996 volts. Take it from me. This 23,996 volts is the same as 24 volts. We are now challenging you to send problems that you struggle with. Before we complete this video, I suggest we take the second problem. The second problem. Now then that you know this, I want us, the very same problem, this one, but I want us now to do it in a parallel form. In a parallel form. I'm gonna delete this before people say, hey, your 25 minutes, it's up. It's up. But I hope and pray you understand this for now. Let's see. 3 resistors with values of 4 ohm, 6 ohm, and 2,75 respectively are connected in series. In this case now, let's say they are connected in parallel. What does that mean? When we say things are connected in parallel, what does that mean? It means those 3 resistors operate at the same voltage. Full stop. Yeah, but now, Van Strayer, how do we connect them in parallel? How do you show by means of escape that they are connected in parallel? That's easy. Is this. What you see there, fellow scholars, what you see there, it should make sense here. Otherwise, we are also wrong. They operate from a 24 volt supply. Look, they operate from the same voltage. Look, it's the same. The voltage is the same for these 3 ohm resistors. There in series, you saw the you can't say the voltage is the same, not at all. Why? There's a voltage drop. It's the same. But now what's the problem? There's a current. We're using a current divider rule. The current divide in a parallel branch. That's another rule 1. Now for the parallel circuit. This is I1. This is I2. This is I3. Let's say for once this is 4 ohm. This is 6 ohm. And then this is 2,75 ohm. Rule number 1, in a parallel circuit where the voltage is the same for the parallel branch, the current divide. Hey, Marifan Strayer, today really went to Tamato. It's true. And the second rule, since these resistors are in parallel, the total resistance of this particular circuit should be smaller than the smallest resistance of this circuit. You see the smallest resistance on this tree is 2,75. It means the total resistance should be smaller than 2,75 in a parallel circuit, of course. Now, for this, calculate the total resistance of the circuit. There we go. That's rule number 1. What happened in a parallel circuit? In a parallel circuit, the total resistance of the circuit should be smaller than the smallest resistance. We only work with principle, guys. The reason why we get these problems wrong is because we forgot principles. Someone just told me, look, start from basics. Start from basics. Some people forgot principles and stuff. I'm not alone here. I'm supported by very, very good people, and I'm just the face of it, and they discussed as to what I should show and so on. And they were right. I realized this as from the comment we get, they are right. Some people struggle with the principle. In a parallel circuit, the total resistance of the circuit is smaller than the smallest resistance of this tree. And how do you calculate the total resistance of the parallel branch? It is equals to, is 1 over R parallel. Is equals to what? Is equals to 1 over R1 plus 1 over R2 plus 1 over R3. And it is equals to what? It is equals to 1 over 4 plus 1 over 6 plus 1 over 2,75. This is the easy and the fastest way. I will show you the easy one. This is half. Just say half. Say 1 divided by 4 plus open brackets 1 divided by 6 equals to plus 1 divided by 1 divided, sorry, 1 divided by 4 plus open brackets 1 divided by 6 close brackets answer plus open brackets 1 divided by 2,75 closing brackets answer is equal to what? 0,78 say 0. And is this 1 over R parallel is equal to 0,780. Now we reciprocate. In mathematics they say you reciprocate. The reciprocal of 1 over RP is RP. But this RP will be 1 over 0,780. And it's equal to what? It's 1 divided by 0.780. Answer. And it's 1,282 ohms. Ohms. How do we know that we are right? Because this total resistance of the parallel branch is smaller than the smallest resistance on that circuit. But let's say for argument's sake you don't do this in the exam. Let's do it math. Let's enjoy maths. Let's enjoy maths. You're gonna say 1 over R parallel is equals to 1 over 4 plus 1 over 6 plus 1 over 2,75. Isn't it? What is the LCM of this? The LCM of this is this. It's 4 into 6 into 2,75. The lowest common denominator rather. The lowest common, the LCM. The lowest common multiple. Now look, this cancels with this and you are left with this. This multiplied by 1, you're gonna get 6 into 2,75 plus 6 cancels with 6 and you are left with 4 into 2,75. 2,75 cancels with this multiplied by that, you are left with what? You are left with 4 multiplied by 6, and it's equal to what? All over 4, 6, 2,75. What is that? This is 6 multiplied by 2,75 plus open brackets 4 multiplied by 2,75 plus open brackets 4 multiplied by 6 is equal to what? It is equal to 51,5 over, what is this? This is 4 multiplied by 6 multiplied by 2,75. It's equal over 66. It's equal to what? 1 over RP. But now, the reciprocal of this 1 over RP, R parallel, is equal to 66 over 51,5. And it's equal to what? It will be 66 divided by 51,5. And it's equal to 1,282 ohms. I was just trying to show you this is how you should do it in the exam. But if you know your story, this will also be the fastest. You calculated what? The total resistance. What is the current through each resistor? The current there. The current there. Let's first calculate. Let's say these resistors operate from the same voltage. And there is a 4 ohm resistor there. Now, I1 is equal to V total over R1. Why total? Because they operate from the same voltage. The voltage here and there is the same. That's why. So it's 24 over 4 ohm. And it's equal to what? 24 divided by 4 is equal to 6, ne? 6 amps. And then this one is gonna be I2, which is 24 over 6, and it's equal to what? 4 amps. That one is I3, and it's 24 over 2,75, and it's equal to what? 24 divided by 2,75 is equal to 8,727 amps. That's the current through each resistor. They say the potential difference across each resistor. I'm gonna write it here, and it's equal to what? You don't calculate it, you tell them it's 24 volts. Why 24 volts? In a parallel branch, the voltage is the same for all the resistance or for all the parallel branches. Any questions? Any questions? Guys, please, man, help us to grow this channel. Help us to grow this channel and start sending questions as well. And I hope your problems are solved as well. We are still in a little channel, but we've got at least 2 engineers, 1 doctor. We are trying to make things easy here, but please just send those comments, drop comments. You know what to do. But I'm gonna see you now in the next picture, still regarding electricity.